if you don't have the skill set and the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and dissect all the areas that you can improve upon and get better on, you will never get good at business. It's impossible.
It's very seldom that it's all sunshine and rainbows in business. Accepting the uncomfortability that's going to come with the decisions you're making, dude, it's really hard.
There is a cost for convenience and there's a cost for comfort, and the more comfort you get, the more you actually pay long term for things.
If you're going to be dumb, you're going to be strong.
You're really strong.
I'm really strong. It's because I'm pretty goddamn dumb. No,
Recently, well, actually not recently. We've talked about this since we've known each other. I feel like in a number of different, one of our many rants.
What are we bitching about today?
Yeah, this is actually one of the reasons why we're like, we should start a podcast one day. We're like, we talk about, complain about the same things, but it's not really complaining because you and I usually
know where he's going to go with this right now.
Yes, you do. You and I usually channel this more through ourselves than anyone else, and that's kind of the point of this. But just, I feel like it's a trend that I've noticed recently, or not recently, but that people, I'm trying to think of a way to frame this appropriately, but people, for lack of a better term, aren't open to taking accountability for the greater good of the actions of their life. They're looking to, it's much easier to point fingers elsewhere and say there's 10 other reasons why I'm not getting where I want to be in life, why I'm not achieving my fitness goals, I'm not achieving my work goals, my relationship goals. This is outside of the realm of fitness and bodybuilding. But I just feel like more and more recently it's more common that people are pointing the fingers, and there's always a reason why they can't make it or they can't do this or they can't find success. And I just feel like it's, and through our experiences we can talk about this, of that's the easy way to get through life, but I don't think it's the right way. That's just my personal opinion. People can disagree.
I actually think it's the harder way.
But I think
it's an exhausting way to get through life.
I believe that is it too, but it's one of those things that, so if you don't take accountability for your actions and you place them on everyone else.
Didn't we say this on another podcast?
Probably in a roundabout way.
Something about accountability. Yeah, because I was bitching
You're right,
about someone,
yes. This is more like the lens of coaching, but it's like it's in the short term, it's easier to just say it's this fault, it's that fault, it's this fault. But in the long term, no, it's not easier. It is harder because, like you said, it's exhausting.
Well, it's harder to confront whatever you're dealing with, a problem, a relationship, something that you are kind of hiding and tucking away for certain reasons, whether it's emotional damage or I don't know, just kind of it's pretty hard to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Right? I think I feel like that's probably human nature. Again, I'm not a therapist, psychiatrist. Yeah. But just I don't think anyone likes to point out what they're doing wrong or what they could get better at. Right? Like it's human nature to not want to do that because it's a little uncomfortable. It can be embarrassing. It could. I mean, it depends what lens you're looking at, like through this whole thing. But so what topic or what lens do you want to look through this? I mean, we've already done it through the fitness lens. I've already told taking accountability, looking yourself in the mirror, blah 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 blah. Right.
I feel like it's more because we touch on business things too, and when I say business, I don't mean literal business.
So
I mean like through the lens of like big
like
pictures,
your career, your family, your relationships with others.
Correct.
How you view yourself,
the large segments of your life, not the one micro lens of your health and fitness goals.
Okay, cool. Let's take it a different. Let's as gym owners and bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts, let's take it another.
Because it's not just because we're talking about this randomly. As people that own businesses and do things and we're pulled in many different directions, as an entrepreneur or anyone that runs any sort of business, if you don't have the skill set and the ability to look at yourself in the mirror and dissect all the areas that you can improve upon and get better on, you will never get good at business.
Correct.
Life, relationships. It's impossible. And like I know you said that not everyone likes to look at those things and find those things within themselves, and I do agree that most people don't. And I'm not saying I'm better than everyone, but like I've gotten to the point in my life where I actually enjoy awkwardly. I like to find those things in myself and identify them. I enjoy it, and I don't. It used to be hard and embarrassing, but now I do it on my own. I do it with the help of professionals. Like it's actually therapeutic to me to call those things out and identify them, work through them, because when you do it first, Like if you were to tell me I have flaws, you have flaws. If you were to tell me my flaws, it wouldn't impact me at all. I'd be like, I know, dude, thanks. I've already identified those things. I'm aware of all of them. So you don't have this meltdown.
But you're more grounded because of that, right?
Much more grounded. If I was
like, hey, Mark, you're procrastinating. You're taking too much time. You need to move with a little fucking urgency on this.
Which is one of my flaws.
I know. That's why So you can tell me mine too. Yeah. I'll just bash you for the next 5 minutes. You lazy sack of shit.
Go for it. I don't care.
I mean, like you're able to go, I know, you're right. I am doing that right now, and I appreciate you as a business partner, as a brother, as whatever, telling me that I need to move right now.
Yeah.
And you're having I was going to use a word that I think doesn't have context. Having the ability to identify that is an issue and something that you need to get better at takes all that. And this is why, again, we work so well together. It's because we're not afraid to call each other shit.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something that's not great or you aren't either, I'm just like, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just like, hey, man, like you got to move on that because this is like tying this down or whatever. And you're like, got it. And now you're able to use that and reflect on it and be like, okay, this is a perfect scenario where this is a little uncomfortable for me. I don't know why it's uncomfortable for you maybe to not move. I mean, usually you'll tell me why and we'll kind of have a deeper conversation about that. But like there might be something that I have no idea why you're not budging on something. Then we talk about it. But talking about it can be uncomfortable.
It usually
is. Or
is.
even talking to yourself about it in your head going, I don't want to move on this because what it really is, you could sit there and go, well, it's because of like this, and this, but it's not really that.
Peel back the layer.
Peel back the layers. Why are you stalling here? What is, and it could be something that's super personal or it could be something that you can change. But either way, it's uncomfortable.
It is.
It's much easier to be like, well, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I didn't sleep all last night. I'm just tired. Like, I don't know, I'm really stressed. Like, if you're a business owner and you constantly say, I do this sometimes. I mean, I say this to my wife. I say it to you. Probably some people around me, which I don't like that. I'm really stressed. I'm really tired. No shit, dude. No shit. Then don't do it. Don't own businesses. Don't operate. Go do something else. If you can't handle it, then don't. But I still bitch about it sometimes.
I do too.
But like, I can sit here and be like, oh man, I'm just like really stressed out right now. I'm really tired. I just drove. I just did today. I drove. I'm really tired. Yeah, no one really nobody cares, man. So just, and if you don't like doing it, then honestly pick something else because you need to accept the fact that comes with the territory and the thing that you selected. We selected to go into business. We selected to have a lot of shit on our plates to manage. So that's a responsibility thing. That's an ownership thing. We're understanding that comes with the territory. It's very seldom that it's all sunshine and rainbows in business.
Yeah, it usually is not.
It's usually not. It's actually usually like 90% kind of a shitstorm and a constant problem-solving game. But there's that 10% when you see something through, when months and months go by or years go by and something actually works out. You have that 5 minutes of like, holy shit, dude, that actually worked. Holy shit,
and in awesome. That moment though, it all feels
that moment is awesome.
So
that moment
good.
Feels really good
because you did that.
But it's really short.
It is, and then you're like, back to the shit. Yeah.
But it's how you view it through your lens, right? So if you view it as like, back to the shit, no, it's again, that's something that you have decided, or we have decided to take on. So we have to. You're going to have good days, bad days, good weeks, bad weeks, good months, bad months. That's okay. But try to go into it with a positive attitude, right? So anyway, go. I went off.
Well, no, it's all related. It's all good. It's all important because it's like this is, looking at it from like the example you use of like, let's say like delaying something, procrastinating on an event, because I feel like this happened.
I do it too, by the way.
Of course. Yeah. But it's like this, I feel like I have this moment often. It happened to me last night. I'm sitting there Sunday night. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm working. I'm like, I have this moment. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? This doesn't, and I'm working for free basically, which is a whole other story. But it's like, we're sitting there and then I start to spiral a little bit because I'm like, I start to map out my week last night. I'm like, okay, I have to do this. I have to get this done tonight. So then tomorrow happens, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. I'm like, I'm already sitting there on Sunday and be like, my weeks I have too much going on. And I'm like, I can't do all this stuff. That's my first thought.
Okay, so what do you do?
Well, that's how do you
audit the week?
reframe that? Because it's like, I'm like, no, I can do it. It feels overwhelming right now because I'm thinking about all 900 things at one time.
Which is where, pause, this is where I have a little bit of an issue. I don't want to piss people off. I probably will. I don't care.
It's okay.
This whole like anxiety epidemic. I am not saying that anxiety is not a real thing. I know that some people struggle drastically with it. They're either medicated. I think that some people may not have to be medicated. I think you can work through those. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm. It takes effort.
But we all have that.
It's a human response. It's a natural human response to feel anxious.
So what are ways that you can get better? How do you when you start to spiral, as you just said, planning out your week?
I didn't really spiral, but it gets overwhelming.
Spiral, I'm spiraling. You're like, God damn it, this is too much.
This is too much. I'm like,
my reaction is I get pissed.
I get angry. I want to throw my laptop and be like, fuck this, dude. I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
Yeah. But so then I just sit there and
then you say that's not an option.
I'm like, no, I do want to do this. I signed up for this. I want to do this.
So you audit the week.
Exactly.
Right? Start to be like, oh my gosh, this is kind of too much. This is bullshit. You kind of have like, not a pity party, but like, this sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
What do you do when your mind starts to race and go towards a negative thing? What do you personally try? What do you try to do?
Again, I did it last night.
What are you working on to make that better?
Yeah, and so that's I think a great question.
I can tell you what I do.
So that the feeling,
which is bad.
The feeling of the overwhelmingness. That feeling comes from. I learned this from professional people that I talk to. That feeling is what? Yes, you're highly professional. It is that feeling from. I can't speak for everyone, but that feeling is the feeling in the moment that you are out of control of the situation.
Yep. Yes.
And I am a person that I must be in. That's why I love bodybuilding, because I control everything. Yeah. So in business and life, I am. And I'm working on it. But so when you feel out of control, you say, what now can I take back control? So that the overwhelming feeling is the loss of total control. And you can't take it all back, let's say. Yep. But what parts of it can I take back? Okay, well, you can go through those all the tasks that are piling up. And what I do, to answer your question, is I just start to list them out. I make lists of saying, I need to do this, and just prioritize the list.
The priority list.
And then which
is something that you actually have taught me.
Because because some people view that as procrastination, but it's not procrastination.
I used to think that.
Because a lot of people, they're like, no, just do everything.
Military, police,
and policing, where they're like go. Yeah.
My whole life, where that needs to get fucking done now.
Exactly.
Get it done. But I don't care what your feelings are. Just get that shit done.
But 15 things can't get done.
Get it all done.
We
talked about
that.
Yeah.
So prioritize. So I can control the order of events, and I can control that, and I can write them. And for me, and you're the same way, even more so with books. When I just visually see it all, that makes I'm in control because I can see it. Yep. And once I can visualize it and I can control it again, then the anxious feeling, I'm like, okay, it's not so bad anymore. I can manage this. You can put it into bite-sized pieces and say, I'll do this, and then I'll do this. And then it's just a checklist. And I know you're the same way. I thrive off of checking things off the list because then that builds momentum. And you check the next thing, awesome, I feel good. Yep. Check the next thing, I feel even better. And then you're like on a roll. And then because we're kind of like also in the realm of like workaholics in a way, then I start to go the other direction. I'm like, I'm going to keep working because I'm off the fire, dude. Yeah. And then I can't stop working because then I get like obsessed with it. Yeah. But then you crash and burn and then you're like, dude, I got to go home. I got to go to bed. And then I got to lift. Yeah, it's like you lose. So that's the part now I'm working on of not once you build that momentum, don't necessarily always run with it to the nth degree.
Correct.
Because that's not healthy either. Yep. You can now put it on a little bit of a pause and then use that momentum throughout the week accordingly.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in a roundabout way, that actually is what I do as well.
Yeah.
So usually Sundays roll around. Personally for me, like pulling back onto the personal training stuff a little bit has helped drastically.
It has.
Open some, I can actually feel that. I feel better.
Yeah.
And now I have a little bit more time to actually lift myself, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I've been stringing together a couple good lifts and things like. Anyway, the calendar book that I use, we always joke about it. It's like the running joke that I use a calendar book.
Yeah.
I just did it the other day. Someone's like, "What's your availability for here?" And I was like, I'm standing there with my phone and I'm acting like I'm looking at my calendar. And I pull up my calendar and I'm looking at it. I'm like, why am I looking at my calendar?
There's nothing in there. Yeah. It's just nothing.
And they're like,
it's just like Labor Day. That's because the phone puts it there for you.
I don't even know it's Labor Day.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Today what are you doing Monday? I'm like, work. What? What the?
4-day weekend, dude.
Yeah, dude, picnics and barbecues. Like, nope, just gonna work all day. Whatever.
It is Labor Day.
I don't want to eat hot dogs and shit. Anyway, I'd rather just work and get shit done, and lift and whatever. But the reason I have the calendar book for me is because, like you said, when writing it all out for the week, half of it I write down, and the half is like visualization of I know my limits on energy expenditure throughout the week. But that's where I need to get better, because what I perceive as me having enough energy to get all done is like I do with everything in life. I'm like, oh, I can get all that done. No, I can't. And then I fail. We've talked about this before, but like I'll get to like Wednesday, Thursday, and like some of those things didn't get done from like Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and I'm like, oh, damn it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm staying up late tonight. I'm getting, So then if you do that over and over and over, that's like where that's the exhaustion that sets in. You're like,
that's when you randomly get sick out of nowhere and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I say I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
That's my dad right there. I don't have time for this, man. You're sick though. Yeah. I gotta like get it out. Put sweatshirts on and start running. We'll go to the rec. We'll sit in the sauna and we'll sweat
it out.
Vicks vapor rub, spray that. Yeah. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, that's what it does help. I just need to find a little bit better of which I'm working on. Like I need to get more of like an audit of the week and like be a little better at it. Yeah. Especially with, like for me, like my online clients obviously everything's important.
That's
the
problem.
That's where I have a struggle of that, because like the gym's just as important as my online clients. Like my online clients are just as important at everything. For me, it's like everything's important.
Yeah.
So like, where do you prioritize? Well, I don't know. Kind of hard to.
It's tough.
And we work, and like personally for me, my career is coaching, and the majority of it's all online. And it's customer service. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, you got to make your customers and your clients happy. Like, and like, you'll say this, and like my wife will tell you this, like, and I try not to, but like, unfortunately, I don't try to do this, but like, sometimes I don't realize like I'm putting them before everything else to the point where I'm like, Elise might want to go do something, and I'm like, can't go to work. Like,
yeah,
then you get a little like that. Your significant other, or even me, sometimes I get not resentful, but I'm like, dude, I don't ever do anything I want to do. Yeah. I'll always put everyone else first, and then it takes like one. You might be in a bad way one day thinking like that, and one person's like, "Hey, dude, did you get my check? Hey, did you do this? Hey, man, did you get that?" And I'm like. Yeah, dude, I haven't thought about myself for like a while, So yeah, there's a better way, and it's something I got to continue to work on hard. Yeah. So that I don't feel like life sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because you can't. Then you become a negative shit, and like. Yeah.
And no one wants to be around that.
No one wants to be around it.
One of the other examples I thought about, and I would like to use ourselves as the example of like taking accountability for action and doing the things that you should be doing, but blaming everyone else in the world. So I wouldn't like to talk about this, except now it's over and it's successful, so it doesn't matter. But like one of the biggest things for me, and you can relate to this because you were the driving factor behind it, was me opening the Unrivaled store. Was one of the biggest things I dragged on hard. Now, like you said in the beginning of this, there are reasons that most people don't know about.
Yes, correct.
And we talked about it because I trust you and I can share everything with you. So I don't mind talking. So like once we unpack it and talk about it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. However, on the surface, even still, there was a period of time where I did fall victim to saying all these reasons why I'm not doing it, or it's this fault and that fault and this, until I looked, first I talked to you, which is kind of like looking in the mirror. Then I actually looked myself in the mirror and said, no, dude, you're fucking making excuses. Knock it off. Do it. Yeah. And then I put all those excuses were real and valid. And this is the point of, I think, this overarching conversation. They were real and they were valid. So I'm never telling people that hard things don't happen. But you can still put yourself above those things and say, those are all real. Yeah. Those are hard. They're scary. They're overwhelming, whatever it is. but they also still in the realm of actually accomplishing something in life don't matter as much. So acknowledge them, identify them, but still move and work around them to actually reach your goal and get somewhere. And instead of wallowing in self-pity and woe is me, feeling bad for yourself and be like, oh, it's too hard, so I'm just going to stay stagnant and do nothing.
Yeah.
Which is, I can recognize is easier said than done because like I said, I'm the first to admit, I was doing it for a period of time. I was finding all the reasons to not do it because that was easier and it was more comfortable. And we had just gone through such an uncomfortable phase with the gym. I was like, I'm not ready to get uncomfortable again. Take more financial risk, more burden, more employees, more everything, more money down the drain. So I made up excuses.
You mean like when you finally we got everything moving with the store and put up all the shelves, and then we realized we're not even going to have the store in that location?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. So I completely forgot about that.
I was more mad than you were. You're like, oh, we're going to expand now, and we're not going to.
I forgot about. People don't even realize, just wrote that completely
the expansion,
out. Wow,
the expansion was supposed to happen like 2 years. It's on like the 2.5 year plan.
We're
9 months in, and like, okay, knock down the wall
and add 12,000 square feet.
Dude, we just went through this uncomfortable, and you can sit here and pity it, but like, this is where I get mad when people are like, well, that's business, man. You just gotta fucking put one foot in the other. Push on, brother. And I'm like, shut up, dude. Yeah, shut up. No one is that. No one is that fucking resilient.
No.
That's a cover.
It is.
Yeah, man. I just make moves.
All the time.
Wow, dude, you're a badass, bro. Man, you're awesome. Like, shut up. No. It is being uncomfortable is super. It's tough. And honestly, I think people view me and you, people always say, "Oh, I can't do it like you can."
Yes,
dude.
You
honestly,
can.
Man, like we're probably freaking pretty much not the same, but like,
no, we're not the same.
I'm kidding. I'm not the same as a lot of people, but like.
But I know your point.
All right, man, time to dig in and like.
We're not that way often.
I'm really excited to just go through hell.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude. You know, it'd be really cool if I could buy a house one day, just like have my own backyard, and a charcoal grill, and cook and stare at the fucking sky.
Yeah.
Wave to the birds. Like, that'd be cool. That's what I want to do, man. You know? Yeah. Like, I just want to be fucking normal, dude. Like, no, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
And accepting the uncomfortability that's going to come with the decisions you're making, dude, it's really hard. And a lot of times, this is what we are good at. I know I'm very good at it. Just go. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for the pain. I'm just go. Yeah. Just go. And then just try to, when you get smacked in the face, just get back up.
And
and smacked in the face, and and sometimes, dude, I lay on the ground when I got punched in the face, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to lay here a little longer.
Yeah, I don't want to get back up
but
right
then
away.
Whatever in me, I'm like, I just got to get back up because we have to keep moving.
Yeah.
So
I feel like,
I mean, that's tough though.
It is tough. It's because I think, we started this conversation talking about like people's lack of accountability, which is true. But the more you're talking, the more I'm realizing that's a piece of it. But it's actually, I think, as the world gets easier through things that make our lives more simple, like like AI and Uber Eats and all these things, people are less conveniences. Actually, we were going to talk about this anyway, but the more conveniences that we are afforded in our daily lives without realizing it, the less of an ability people have to get uncomfortable. I think that's the correlation.
Right.
The more and more conveniences come, the less they can be uncomfortable.
And the more comfortable you are over time. This is where the generational thing comes in.
Exactly.
This is where it comes in.
Yeah.
We're harder than you. I believe that. Yeah. I am one of those guys that no, here we go. The old people were like,
no,
it was harder.
Just like our grandparents' generation.
Why was it harder?
Yeah. Because there were less conveniences.
So they were conditioned to go through harder circumstances, harder times, whether it's finances, just harder, just like getting your groceries delivered to your freaking door, dude.
Yeah.
Well, if you had a bad day back in 1970, 1960, whatever, and you're like, I don't feel like
not even 1960. 2000, dude.
That's true,
2010.
Yeah.
Like
that's
which
true. You're right.
15 years ago, which is but like, crazy.
Okay, you had a bad day, right?
Yeah.
You're at work and something pissed you off, and your kids are just pissing you off, and everything. Yeah. You're just having a bad week, a bad month, whatever. And you have to get groceries, and it's late at night, and you're tired, and you're kind of getting a cold, and whatever.
It's cold outside.
What everybody's dealing with. We're all dealing with the same shit. Like, no one's got it worse, really. I mean, yes, some people have it. It just depends on the situation. But you don't want to get groceries. Well, guess what, dude? Now you can just go on your phone and you just go like this. Oh, order groceries, Instacart.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it sounds dumb, but like the person that had to walk uphill both ways in the snow or whatever, yeah, dude, they're going to be a lot grittier.
They are.
Than this person who just at the click of a button has basically butlers. It's like you have your own personal goddamn butler for everything, which is, I try to, when I go to the grocery stores or something, actually, Elise does all the shopping now, but because I don't have time to do groceries. But when I do go, I don't park my truck in the back because I think my F-150 is, super awesome. And if anyone dings my door, I park in the back so I have to walk.
Me too. I mean, I also park because I don't like parking near people.
Little things yeah, your car's like
but I also do it. It's to challenge yourself.
And like people are like, "Do you actually do?" Yes, I do. Because I don't want to turn into that.
Yeah.
Whatever what everybody's turning into to have it easier. I don't want that. Yeah. I actually want it to be harder. So a lot of the decisions we make in our lives, everyone's like, man, you're making it harder on yourself. Some of these things I'm doing it on fucking purpose, man. Yep. I want it to be harder.
I do too.
You know why? Because when shit hits the fan with anything, no matter what it is, you will be more resilient and more prepared for the bad circumstances, like getting all your gym equipment stolen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So when you get bad news delivered, and this is something I know from a young age, I would try to do. I would try to make things super hard so that when hard shit came, I was like, that's not that bad. So when everyone else crumbles, I'm like, cool, I got it.
I'm good. You're thriving then at that point, yeah.
Not that you have bad days, and not that there's days where I'm like, I don't really want to do this.
No, but you're preparing in advance for them because you can be uncomfortable. And that's the thing. Like you said, you do things on purpose. I'm not. This is also going to make people upset. And you just said you do it. I'm not telling people that if they get their things delivered to them, they're lesser than or lazy or whatever.
You can do whatever you want. We're not judging those people either. It's just,
I'm not. Though, that's one of those things I have this like hard stance on. Not because it's anything bad. It's because I don't want to become those people.
Yeah.
I have literally never Uber Eats, DoorDash, or anything ever in my entire life. I don't even have the apps on my phone. I refuse to. I never have, and I promise you I never will. Because my thought, again, I'm not telling people if they do it, they're wrong. It's just one, like you said, there's certain things where I'm like,
are you serious?
I have never used it ever in my life. Which I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm really not.
Like if I'm doing a free meal.
Of course, and that again,
I don't feel like going out.
I'm not telling anyone it's wrong. I'm just saying I see patterns in things like that, and I don't. It's even worse when I drive because I live near that Walmart and I drive through there. When I drive through there, it's like that movie WALL-E. You see people lined up. They can pull in there and they sit in line and they just wait. They're just sitting there fat in their cars waiting for the people to walk outside. I don't even care, dude. I know people have kids and they're busy. And you wait and the person walks to your car and puts in your car.
Target orders.
You're that lazy and you have...
I actually feel guilt, though.
Me too. I would get out and be like, let me help you, dude.
Like even when I do a Grubhub order, when it gets delivered, like me opening the door to grab my bag...
I don't even want to look.
I'm not making this up. I'm kind of like, oh my God, I'm the laziest piece of shit ever.
And I'm not actually saying that people...
I feel guilty before I even eat the bad food I'm about to eat.
You're not lazy for doing it. I'm just saying that if you look at the patterns, again, that's just another thing of you're staying comfortable. I'm sorry, dude. If you're a mom with 4 kids screaming in the car, by all means use that service.
Sure.
If you're just sitting there because you can't take 5 seconds because you're scrolling TikTok, go inside and get the goddamn bags and come back to your car. It's really not that hard and you're not that busy. If you told me that, you are probably that busy. You probably can't do it, but it's one of those things, or you probably could if you really wanted to.
I'm too impatient to sit there and wait. I'm like, this is stupid. I'll do it.
I think that there is a cost for convenience. There's a cost for comfort. And the more comfort you get, the more you actually pay long-term for things that are going to come back and actually slow you down in the future.
I think you have to be selective with your comfort.
Does
that make sense?
It does, actually.
Like, use some of these convenience factors that we have in life now. Like, I'm guilty of this, too. Like, I do literally make things harder on myself. You identify this all the time. You're like, poor Cooper could probably identify a lot with the technology stuff. Part of it, okay, here, I'll be honest right now. People are like, I joke about being old school and blah, 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 right? And that's true. I'm very, very old school in the way I think of things. I honestly feel like I should have, like, been raised in like the 1950s
and
work at like a lumber mill. Like that honestly sounds kind of appealing. Yeah, like get my lunch pail, lunch pail, like walk to work.
Yeah, read the newspaper. Yeah,
read the newspaper. Drink my black coffee on my porch in my rocking chair.
Yeah,
work 6 days a week at the lumber mill.
You have like one of those punch cards you actually like put in the punch card machine.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. I would do it right now. Yeah. I would trade everything in to do it. I really would. That sounds awesome. You know,
I believe
everything was simple.
It was simple,
and you appreciated things in life a lot more. You know, it was harder times, and you didn't have a lot of the stuff we have now. I'm sure I would miss my bikes, right?
But you wouldn't. You would miss it for a week or two, and then you'd be like, it's actually better without it.
Yeah.
Just like if you took everyone's phone away.
That's right.
My life would be significantly better without all these. Look, we're sitting here, go nonstop. Like,
there's a lot
shut
of
up,
technological
dude.
Advances that comes with all these things, but there's a lot of problems that come with it.
But you pay for the convenience
of developmental disorders and things like that with children. It's all.
Why do you think they're so rampant now?
iPads and shit.
Exactly.
Right, and it's coming from parents not having. And I know parents are like, you have kids, you don't even know. Wait till you have them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. Relax. Don't jump down my throat. I'm just saying, I think connections with children and their parents were a little bit better when there wasn't technology involved. You didn't just, hey, shut up. Here.
Yeah. But that's what happens.
Throw them an iPad. You had to go, hey, stop. I need you to go play with your Lincoln Logs.
Exactly.
Lincoln Logs. Oh, my God.
I love like Legos, Lincoln Logs, awesome, Connects, all those things, dude. Hell yeah.
You know, but anyway, so back to what one of the things that I'm bad at is patience, right?
You are.
There you go. It sounds like that's a problem. I try to work on that daily. I think I'm a lot more patient now than I was when I was 25, 26, 27. I mean, I was not patient.
I mean, even from 29 when we started the gym till now, you're a lot more patient.
A lot more patient, yeah. Because I realize it's exhausting.
Yeah, that's what I always tell you. I'm like, dude, like, why are you getting so exhausted by this?
It's honestly, it comes from my father, and it's in my blood. It's a Baumberger trait. Getting really pissed and just, I'll just do it and handle it. Like, you can't do it. You will burn out, man. Especially owning businesses. Holy shit! If you walk around pissed off, like, it's not gonna. So I try really hard not to get mad at little things. I'm definitely a work in progress. Have a positive outlook on things, but technology, I don't like to do it because I'm not good at it. So what do I have to do if let's say I want an Excel sheet and I want to make a new program? Well, honestly, I like the way like some of the Excel sheet like things look. It's really not hard.
Yeah.
It takes time to sit down and learn those things.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to do it. So if I start to do something that's like I don't know how to do, I don't mind doing that, but I also know I have a list of shit that needs to get done now. So I'm like,
but we just talked about this. It doesn't always have to get done now.
No, but do I have time to sit there for 3 hours and try to figure it out?
Also, devil's advocate would say too, but the more you don't try to do it, the more you'll never get good at it.
Correct.
So you
and
could
I'm delaying it.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking the can down the road.
Just like I said with the story.
And then I make an excuse that I can't do it. I don't want to do it because I like old school shit and writing in books.
Yeah.
But now I'm also wasting my time.
Exactly.
Which is not helping. So I'm working harder and not smarter. Yeah. And there was someone in the police academy, or it was my dad or one of my mentors growing up used to say, if you're going to be, that's fine if you're going to be dumb, but you're going to be strong. It might have been my dad. It might have been Bobby. I don't know who it was. If you're going to be dumb, you're going to be strong.
You're really strong.
I'm really strong. It's because I'm pretty goddamn dumb. No,
but look,
no, but honestly, it really anything that makes me that I have to sit and be patient for.
Well, that's the underlying.
I start rocking back and forth, and I'm like, nope, can't do it. Got to move. I can't do this.
You know what that's called?
What?
AD.
Mark, if everyone wants to know, everyone's like, do you actually have ADD? I'm like,
we don't know.
Yeah, Mark diagnosed it.
It's clear as day, dude. When you spend 900 hours a week with somebody, but what you just did there, that entire sequence of you talking through those things, is the overarching point of this. You can identify something that you are working through, that you struggle with, that isn't always goes the best way, but you took accountability. You could, because you said it at one point, it's a Baumberger thing. Yeah, you could be like, it's my dad's fault. It's in my blood. Nothing I can do about it. That would be not taking accountability for your actions.
That sounds so ridiculous to me.
But most people, that's how they live. They're like, this is beyond my control. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'll just feel bad for myself and I'll just let it go for the rest of my life. That makes me irate.
Absolutely infuriates me.
Yeah.
When people are like, there's nothing I can do. No, yes, there is.
There actually is.
You actually are so full of shit. that there's 100%
there's a lot
something
of
you can do.
There's always things
you know what
you can
that
do
is?
about it.
Do it.
Yes, exactly.
Take a deep breath, stop, and say, there is a way to do this. I'm giving up on it. I mean, people give up on something in literally half a second.
They don't try.
They didn't even think about it.
Because
they come to a problem, a fork in the road, and they're like, I'm on fire.
Because they don't know how to be uncomfortable,
pick a goddamn avenue.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
You know how. It's probably uncomfortable for you to make the decision. So you need to stop and make a decision. And then when you make the decision, you made a commitment to stick with it.
To it.
That's the next thing that goes wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe someone does get uncomfortable and they finally make a decision to do something. You're like, great, good job, awesome.
Good job, buddy.
Good job. Pat on the back, animal crackers, good job. All right. Here's a balloon, a sticker, whatever. Jesus. I mean, yeah, you got to give everyone awards nowadays. Good job. Like, you made a decision for yourself. You're a fucking adult.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't kindergarten anymore. You make the decision. Great. Awesome. Thumbs up. Now you start moving down the path, and you're like, oh, this path's really hard.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, give up. Didn't even try to work through it.
But why does that happen? It's for the same reasons that we've been talking about. That I think, again, we're not parents.
Honestly,
I don't really know
because I don't know.
I think, again, I don't know.
Without
I'm not
just
a parent.
being like ignorant and being like they're just being a coward.
No, it's because people are conditioned to not have hard, fast rules anymore, and they can get out of things. Look at how many times we see it. Use the gym as an example. There's nothing wrong with this, but like, how many people come and be like, I'm not going to be around for the next 3 weeks, so I'm going to pause my membership. I don't want that. This, just because it doesn't appease me right here, right now, I want that. Or this is too hard right now, so I'm going to put it on hold. Can I do this? Can I do that? No, usually the answer should be just no. That's right. But that's like a parenting thing, because when I grew up, I was told no.
If it's no, and it's goddamn no.
And you don't ask any more questions. The answer is no. The conversation is over. But it's not going to end too well. So, but now people can like barter with their parents or business owners or whatever, and be like,
bartering.
No, dude. The answer was no. But now it's like, or like think about people like, I didn't pay this bill on time. You can now call a company and be like, I'm so sorry. They're like, it's okay. We'll just let it go this time. There's no rules anymore. There's no standards that people are held to.
Very good insight.
People have learned that, so they take advantage of those systems, and they're like, nothing bad will really come from this, so I can just not do it. And doesn't matter. I mean, perfect example. This is a little bit of a
that's just
segue.
Morally and ethically, though, like the amount of times that people go, oh well, it doesn't affect me.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't impact me. I can get away. I can get away with
you
this.
You actually suck.
Yeah. Think about the most extreme example.
Not a good person.
Going back to our Arkansas story, that guy Tyler, who did terrible things to people and stole a lot of people's money, nothing even happened to him. He said, whoopsie, I messed up. I'm going to file for bankruptcy. All these hundreds of thousands of dollars that I stole from people, I'm not giving back. And as far as I know, nothing actually significantly happened to him. He's probably sitting there somewhere in Conway, Arkansas, just doesn't even think about this anymore because nothing happened to him, because he just said, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. And then the world goes, that's okay, buddy. Well, try harder next time. No, dude. There needs to be rules and consequences. But that's what keeps happening. Or think about, dude, you know this more than anyone. Think about in your few final years of policing. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, people could literally learn that they could, if they were speeding, they could run from the cops and you wouldn't go after them. So they kept doing it.
Thank God I got out.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I had a corporal, and I think he might maybe listen to these podcasts.
That'd be pretty cool.
He's one of the greatest guys, man. He knows he knows who you are. He had this like deep low voice, and he would always say, Blake, you get too wound up over these situations, these calls, man. And I'm like, it needs to be fixed. They need to think differently here on this. This is
I got to teach them a lesson.
Outlandish how this has just happened. And like my squad or like a corporal at the time would be like, just let it go. You gotta let it go. And I have problems letting things go. I'm like, that's bullshit, man.
I know you do.
This kid's a piece of shit, and he's not a good person. And you're not, and the parents aren't raised in the right way, or this isn't happening, or it usually was adults. And I'm like, how are you not getting this?
How are you an adult?
How are you an adult? But yeah, policing. But laws and everything. Everyone's just like, yeah, like whatever.
But that's the scary part, though. That fundamentally, at the level of the state government, where they're changing laws and how you go to prosecution and all that stuff, like that's how this issue that we're talking about is so systemically wide that they'll change laws. Like I'll talk to other guys that are still there at Howard County or any cop, and they're like, "Yeah, I brought this guy on gun charges, and they let him go 5 times in a row." Dude,
it's just like because they don't care.
Because they don't care, and the money's not there for it or whatever. But dude, they broke the law. Something should happen to them. And again, people might even take offense to this conversation just because of that. They're like, no, everyone gets a second chance. But like, again. Yeah. There are rules, and you should follow the rules. And then if you don't, there should be consequences for that. And then when you don't give people consequences,
I think the problem is the consequence part, right? Like,
yes.
People have been breaking rules. I mean, how many times have you broke rules?
All the time. I sometimes do it on purpose. Right? I enjoy it.
When I'm riding my motorcycle, sometimes I like to go a little bit faster than what the speed limit sign says. A little, just a touch. Like if it's 35, I'm going 38.
Yeah. 138.
138 with a wheelie. So. If I were to get pulled over, for maybe
hypothetically speaking,
pulling a wheelie or driving a little too fast, maybe it was deemed a little reckless or something like that, and the cops say, "Hey, what the hell?" I'd say, "Yeah,
you got me, dude."
Yep, sorry, you're right. At that time when I was making the decision to lift my one wheel off the ground and have fun with that wheelie.
In a public road,
on a public road that could, endanger. Yeah, probably not a good idea. You're right. I'm sorry.
But what did you do?
I apologize.
You took accountability for your action and owned it. You didn't say, well, there was no one around and no one could see me and no one was in the way, so it's not my fault. Correct. No, it is your fault, dude. It's always your fault.
Okay, so in a logical sense here, there's no other way, in my mind.
In everyone. Well,
this is the problem. This is where people they lose their mind, dude. When they get told they did something wrong. Hey, you're wrong. They're like, nope, I'm wrong, not me, no, point. And you're like, no, dude, you're wrong. You literally just did something wrong. And they're like, no, I didn't. And you're like, is there something wrong with, like, do you have like a mental block there? Like, that was what would drive me wrong with policing. Because I would always give people that, most of the time I get everyone just like the benefit of the doubt.
Of course.
Hey, you know what, dude? Can you just agree that this probably wasn't a good decision? No, I can't.
Yeah, well, dude,
why?
What? Yeah,
why?
Because mommy and daddy told me I can't do anything wrong. That's
I
why.
just take responsibility and accept the fact that you were wrong, right? And we all do things.
And you made a mistake. You made a poor decision, a mistake, whatever it is.
Why is that so hard? And when it comes back, why is it so hard? Yeah. So I think one of the identifiers is consequences.
It is.
There's just no consequence.
If you grew up with little to no consequence, and you got a gold star for everything.
And I'll use the police world. I don't want to go on this too much because I know
people are like,
"Oh yeah, I thought he was."
You're one of those.
What, a realist?
Back to blue. Yeah.
I'm a realist.
Yeah,
I call people on their shit. Exactly. I love calling people on their shit. Mm-hmm. It's hilarious. Yeah, they just stand there and they combust in the flame. It's like I think. Just be honest. Yeah. I'm just being honest. You can be honest back.
People don't do well with honesty these days, though.
Yeah, well, they should start. It would make their life a lot easier. It would make the world a lot better. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to use policing as an example, though. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. The accountability, convenience thing, all that stuff. Again,
it all kind of segues. It seems like once you start talking about it, all kind of segues.
No, you can start to see these common themes. And another huge thing right now that's very prevalent, which I don't want to offend anyone, especially being here. Like, no offense to Matt because he does very good at this, but AI is something that also scares me. No, I'm not scared of AI. It scares me in the sense of, no, I don't care, dude. It doesn't matter. There's two sides to everything. It's going to make extreme efficiencies for a lot of people. But to the average person that uses it for mundane things, all it's doing is making the diminishing intelligence of our population even dumber.
So now,
because people can't even write emails anymore, they can't type anymore. It'll do.
Luckily, it's in its beginning phases where someone sends us a resume or whatever. This has happened, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Well, people think we're dumb meatheads too, though, which is also that's fine. We'll just keep playing it off. It's like, oh, they don't know. They're stupid anyway. Yeah, we're pretty stupid.
I'm so dumb.
Cool. They send the shit over it. In 2 sentences, I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah. You sound like a robot.
You sound like a robot. This is completely ChatGPT or whatever. Mm-hmm. Just like I'm sure a teacher in college or professor or something, or in high school or whatever, I'm sure kids are trying to, we did dumb shit like that too, right? But like,
yeah, but I wrote it on the inside of like my calculator cover, and I would cheat that way. But like that was AI before AI.
I honestly really didn't cheat. Here and there,
That's because you really love to follow the rules.
I am a rule follower.
I'm not.
To the point where,
even though I just talked about there should be rules, I realized I shouldn't have said it. Well, I should have said it, but like,
hold on.
I'm being
a
hypocrite.
Difference between following rules,
like rules of life,
moral test, and being morally or ethically a piece of shit.
That's true.
Here's a big difference.
There's a
right?
big difference. Yeah.
Like treating people how you want to be treated, and having value in like your life and the decisions you make. Yeah. Big life decisions, right? Now, I think if you cheat all the time on tests and stuff,
not all the time.
Not all.
Calculus, that was hard. That's not good.
Well, here's how you handle that. You just don't take calculus.
You opt out.
I'm here for the calculus. Like, hey man, you might want to skip this.
Taking elementary algebra.
Go back to PBJ 101. I'm like, okay.
But I feel like that's my personally speaking, that's my concern. That I got into a disagreement with one of my friends from home about this because I'm like, I just don't like. Yes, I'm not saying there's not going to be good that comes from it too, but it's going to once again be another level of convenience that's going to get into people's daily lives, and it's going to now it's thinking for you.
Yeah.
And people already struggle with making decisions. Like I've talked about this before, like guys will come into the store and be like, what flavor energy drink should I get? And they literally can't decide. Well, now you have this computer thing that's going to just think for you constantly right. and develop things. And it excites me, but it also scares me because it's like, you can't have your lack of basic thought.
Decision, behavioral.
I mean, you talked about decision making is already troublesome for some people. Now you're really going to struggle with it.
Yeah.
And when you think you're struggling, you're going to go into ChatGPT and be like, "What should I do about this?" And you're going to let that tell you.
Wild.
I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but there's a story about a kid that actually something bad happened to him because he asked ChatGPT what to do and it told him what to do, and now the family is suing this thing. But anyway, this conversation is not about AI. It's another one of these layers of conveniences that, they're super cool when we get new conveniences through technology, but there's always a consequence that comes with implementing that convenience, and at what cost? Is it worth it? Or do you go back to life when you would walk to work and bring your lunch pail and punch the clock and but because to me, some of that does sound really simple and refreshing because there's less that goes into it. You just
put this on pause.
Do the stuff. Huh?
I gotta pee.